we're rounding out episode 69. We're going to do this short and sweet. This is Indie News. I'm talking about my intro.
Oh.
My intro is short and sweet because we got a lot to talk about. So, welcome to Indie News. We're starting off with results. I'm going to kick it off with this week's ROH TV. If you are planning on watching Destination America, click to the time that you will see at your screen below. Click there to avoid any spoilers if you plan on watching it this Wednesday. If you're still here, let's go ahead and talk about it. We opened up...
Or just mute and watch us go like this for like 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm just going to mouth things.
Alright, we'll see how that goes. Alright, so we opened up with ACH and Matt Sydal, match 4 in their best of 5 series. Going into this match, we have ACH up 2-1. Amazing match. Absolutely, so much great chemistry between these two. An awesome finish. We had Matt Sydal in control. ACH ended up doing like a step up the ropes, a backflip kick that knocked Sydal off the top, hit him with a brainbuster, went for the Midnight Star, ended up getting hit with the knees. Matt Sydal went up, hit the Shooting Star Press, and tied it up 2-2. Match 5, not sure when it'll happen, probably at Glory by Honor. Then, post-match, we had them actually get beat down by the KRD. KRD is pissed off. You gotta stop. You're messing with me. KRD is pissed off because the Addiction lost the tag team titles. So we have Kazarian coming out saying, hey, how dare this person, you think it's funny, you dress up like a KRD member, you come out with a red mask, and then you try and soil the good name of Chris Sabin by doing all of his moves, making us think it's him. Chris Sabin's like, it wasn't me, I wasn't even there. And so that, pretty much they are now blaming Ring of Honor for allowing that interference to happen, which led to the Kingdom pinning the Young Bucks to become the new tag team champions. They challenged the Kingdom to come out and give them their tag team titles back. They end up getting the All Night Express instead, Kenny King and Rhett Titus. And they say, you know what,
I like that the All Night Express just likes to come and give them everybody's business.
Well, and they had a good reason this time. They said, you know what, we had the same thing happen to us last time we were tag team champions. So if anyone's going to talk about, where the road to the NXT to the ROH tag titles starts, it runs through the tracks of the All Night Express. And Rhett Titus said, or it might have been Kenny King said, and if you want some, just like all these girls here in Texas, you can get it anytime, anywhere, any place. So this actually sets
specifically also anytime. Like
yes,
that's underline that one.
Yeah. So this actually sets up the Addiction versus All Night Express next week on ROH TV.
That should be good.
Yeah. Then we had the first lesson for the boys. Beer City Bruiser has now been brought in to help Silas train these boys, make them become men. Their first lesson was to get an ass kicking from a real man. Beer City Bruiser pretty much takes them on in a handicap match, beats the crap out of them, almost loses because he goes up for a top rope headbutt and they both move out of the way. They start to take advantage. Silas comes in, screws it all up, hits Misery on one of them, and ends up picking up the win.
I like how he had the bright idea that his head was big enough to hit 2 guys with 1 headbutt.
Well, dude, that dude is huge. Have you seen Beer City Bruiser?
I've seen him, but
he is massive.
With his head, though.
He might have gone for shoulders. I don't know.
Right.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. I don't know. He might have hit him some.
I just hope he was it made more sense if he was trying to double splash them or something.
Yeah, probably would have had much more success that way. But yeah, the boys got their asses kicked, and so that was lesson 1. We'll see where the rest of this goes. And then in our main event, we had Watanabe getting his TV title match against Jay Lethal. Not the best match I've seen from either of these guys, but still very entertaining. The end came. Watanabe was looking very strong towards the end, but Truth Martini ended up sliding the Book of Truth in. This distracted the referee. He ended up grabbing the book, and as he's putting it out of the ring, Lethal hits a low blow, then hits Lethal Injection to pick up the win and retain the title. And the fans in attendance started chanting AJ Styles, who just recently won #1 contendership, just to piss off Jay Lethal.
I would do that.
So, in addition to All Night Express versus The Addiction next week, we are also getting the no disqualification match between Jay Briscoe and Adam Page.
That should be fun
And
fun.
that is it for Ring of Honor. We're going to move it on to Kevin Hawk because he's got a whole lot to tell you.
All right, guys, on Friday the 9th from Berwyn, Illinois. Yeah, that's the first of 3 action-packed nights coming to you from Berwyn, Illinois. We had AAW's Jawbreaker. All right, so we had Allison Kay defeat Mia Yim in the opener. We had Lewis Linden successfully defend the Heritage title in a 6-way scramble involving Marcus Crane, CJ Esparza, Brett Gakia, Shane Saber, and Gregory Iron.
All right.
Heidi Lovelace and Candice LeRae defeated Tessa Blanchard and Jessica Havoc. Ohio is for Killers defeated Ricochet and ACH.
Oh, stop for a second. I heard Gregory Iron actually posted that he injured his good shoulder over the weekend. He said, "Yeah, I injured my shoulder on my good arm, pro wrestling." So,
not good for Gregory Iron then.
Yeah.
Eddie Kingston defeated Tyson Dux in a match via superplexing him through the guardrail.
Okay.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Congo Kong defeated Christian Faith. The Hooligans successfully defended the AAW Tag Team Championships against Davey Vega and Matt Fitchett. Trevor Lee, making his debut, defeated Silas Young via small package.
Oh.
And in the 2 out of 3 falls match for the AAW Championship, Ethan Page successfully defends against Johnny Gargano 2-1.
Wow. All right.
Also announced that Team Tremendous and Abyss will both all be making their AAW debuts at the next show.
Wow.
Yeah. Good on them.
No joke.
Star power.
Yeah.
Also on Friday the 9th, we had Chikara Colony Collapse coming to us from Manhattan, New York. We had the Crown and Court being represented by Los Ice Creams and Princess Kimberly. They defeated the Gentlemen's Clubs, Chuck Taylor, Drew Gulak, and Swamp Monster to get a point towards COTI.
Crown and Court making a comeback.
Yeah, absolutely. On the comeback trail. Could be the Cinderella story. Mother Princess tie-in right there.
I see what you did there.
Kevin Condren squashed Argus. Dasher's Dugout, represented, I believe, by Dasher Hatfield and Icarus, defeated Blaster McMassive and Flex Rumble Crunch of the Wrecking Crew to get another point for COTI. We had Mark Andrews coming back. He defeated Juan Francisco de Coronado in singles action to gain his 3rd point towards Chikara Grand Championship contention.
All right.
We had the Battle Hive initially said that it was going to be Amasis and Worker Ant versus Jakob Hammermeyer and Soldier Ant.
Okay.
Amasis ended up being replaced by Fire Ant.
Oh.
So we had Fire Ant and Worker Ant versus Soldier Ant and Jakob Hammermeyer. Worker Ant got the fall over Soldier Ant to get them another point for COTI, but also post-match, it seemed like Fire Ant and Worker Ant were actually about to break through to Soldier Ant before Pinky and Knockin' and Jakob attacked Fire Ant and Worker Ant from behind.
Well, they're gonna need some help now that Silver Ant's lost his fucking mind.
Absolutely. Then we had non-COTI match where Shinron, the Spirit Dragon, he defeats Mr. Touchdown in one-on-one action. Mr. Touchdown refusing to shake Shinron's hand post-match. This is also Shinron's 2nd point towards title contention.
Oh, nice.
And then we had the Arcane Horde, the Batiri and Oleg the Usurper. They defeated the Nightmare Warriors, Frightmare, Hollow Wicked, and Blind Rage. And in the encore match, we had another encore match going on this time. We had Ophidian successfully defeat Mr. Azerbaijan.
Yes! Yes!
Because you're an Ophidian guy.
And I don't really like Mr. Azerbaijan.
Oh. Is it the green?
He's just...
The mustache?
I think it's...
Is it the running pin?
No, it's him hogging all of the winnings of Mr. Azerbaijan's Sexiest Man.
Oh, yeah.
He's not giving anybody else a chance, and so Ophidian put him in his place.
Represented all those other Azerbaijanians.
I think I think Ophidian should be the 2015 Mr. Azerbaijan Sexiest Man.
Could happen.
It's my campaign. I'm pulling for you, Ophidian.
The next night, on Saturday the 10th, we had Chikara again.
Chikara again!
This was the Ocean Walker from Haverhill, Massachusetts. We opened up with Mr. Touchdown defeating Drew Gulak.
Ooh, I bet that was a good match.
Yeah, getting another point for Dasher's Dugout. And another not point for the Gentleman's Dog. In a roughly 8-second long matchup, Blaster McMassive picked up a point for the Wrecking Crew by defeating Mr. Azerbaijan.
Yes! It was a terrible, terrible weekend for Mr. Azerbaijan.
Yes. Then we had a 4-corner elimination tag team match in which Battleborn defeated the Nightmare Warriors. Battleborn was represented by Killer Kevin Condren and Missile Assault Man.
Alright.
They defeated the Nightmare Warriors, represented by Frightmare and Silver Ant, and the Battle Hive, represented by Amasis and Fire Ant, and a new team known as Hermit Crab and Agent Crawdad. Not sure if these guys are local to the Massachusetts scene. We know, the New England states are known for their seafood, lobsters and clams and stuff of that nature. But yeah,
Chikara just likes bugs and weird people. That's why we got B-Boy and
Genetic Grasshopper.
Genetic Grasshopper at King of Trios.
We also had a match that was scheduled to be COTI between Dasher Hatfield and Knockin'. Knockin' was unable to appear, so not certain if the replacement match was COTI or not, but we had Dasher Hatfield defeat Jaka of the Wrecking Crew.
Interesting.
In his place. In a non-COTI action, we had Icarus defeat Juan Francisco de Coronado. And then we had the Devastation Corporation defeated the BDK.
Alright.
And we had Crown and Court's Los Ice Creams pick up a point for Crown and Court by defeating the Batiri of the Arcane Horde. And in the main event, we had Shinron 2 points towards title contention in a Rey de Voladores rematch against Mark Andrews, who had 3 points towards contention, in which Shinron defeats Mark Andrews.
So Mark Andrews will not get a title shot.
Back at 0.
But Shinron now has 3 points.
So Shinron is in line to get a title shot during the Midwest Tour.
Man,
And then we had an encore match in which Jervis Cottonbelly soundly defeated one Orange Cassidy.
Wow. That probably wasn't too difficult.
Also on the 10th, if the family-friendly, fun Lucha Super Show Chikara isn't your speed, you could have gone to Voorhees, New Jersey to check out Tangled Web 8 from Combat Zone Wrestling.
Terrible, terrible things happen in this place.
We opened up with Sozio defeating Pepper Parks. We had AR Fox defeat Chainsaw Joe Gacy. That was due to a roll-up because Tim Donst interfered and distracted Joe Gacy. Team Tremendous defeated the Beaver Boys to retain the tag team titles. Joey Janela defeated Tim Donst to win the Wired Championship. Good on you, Joey Janela. Relatively young, rookie-esque type wrestler.
Yeah.
We had Greg Excellence defeat Dick Justice. Masada defeated Rory Gulak. JT Dunn defeated David Starr. Matt Tremont successfully defended his CCW championship against Black G's. And the Nation of Intoxication defeated Ohio as for Killers in the Tangled Web match when Devin Moore pinned Jake Christ. This marks the Dave and Jake Christ's last time as going to be partners in a CCW ring.
Really?
Because Jake Christ is retiring.
Wow.
Also, this was led to DJ Hyde came out and stated that now that Tremont has beaten Black G's, there's no #1 contender for the CCW Championship. So, despite the fact that it's all the way in December, we now have a main event CCW Championship match scheduled for this year's Cage of Death.
Ooh.
Based off of all of them being victorious at Tangled Web 8, Matt Tremont will have to defend in a 4 corners match in Cage of Death against Masada, Devin Moore from the Nation of Intoxication, and AR Fox.
That is a strange matchup. Fucked up type of match, but hey. What are you gonna do?
I don't know. Now, CCW's not for everybody.
No.
Chikara's not for everybody.
Why
Should be
not?
for everybody.
Yeah, it's rated E for everyone.
But I think if there's something everyone can agree on, it's that women's wrestling rules.
Hell yeah.
So also on the 10th, we kicked off the 10-year anniversary weekend of Shimmer in Berwyn, Illinois.
Yeah.
This is night 2 of all the awesome action in Berwyn, Illinois. When we kicked off Shimmer Edition 76.
Lots of Shimmer.
We had Candice LeRae win a 20-woman women's rumble to become the #1 contender.
Wow.
Where she defeated Allison Kay, Cheerleader Melissa, Evie, Heidi Lovelace, Hiroya Matsumoto, Kaylee Ray, Kelly Skater, Kellyanne, Madison Eagles, Kimberly, Mia Yim, Rhea O'Reilly, Shaza McKenzie, Tessa Blanchard, Thunder Kitty, Vanessa Craven, Veda Scott, Zandra Bale, and Yumi Oka.
Wow.
In a 20 female rumble match.
That's a lot of ladies.
And that's not even like half the card.
Holy shit.
Because
and that's match 1?
Yeah. We also had LuFisto defeat Taylor Made. Sonoko Kato defeated Kimber Lee. Courtney Rush defeats Shaza McKenzie. Mia Yim defeated Kellyanne. Yumi Oka defeated Mikado. Cheerleader Melissa defeated Crazy Mary Dobson. Nicole Savoy defeated the Hiroyo Matsumoto. And then we're having the tag team #1 contenders tournament semifinals match. Evie and Heidi Lovelace, also known as Team Slap Happy, defeated Rhea O'Reilly and Soraya Knight.
Wow.
To advance. Kelly Skater defeated Kaylee Ray. And Nicole Matthews successfully defended the Shimmers Championship against Candice LeRae.
Nice.
And then, very shortly after that, we started Shimmer Edition 77. Same place, same time, but all these chicks, they're gonna wrestle again.
Yeah.
We opened up
badass.
with Veda Scott defeating Casey Spinelli. We had Soraya Knight defeat Xander Bale. We had Liberty defeat Sammy Baines. Kaylee Ray defeated Allison Kay. There's a lot of K's in that match.
Yeah.
Candice LeRae. It was Kaylee Ray defeated Allison Kay, Candice LeRae, Kelly Skater, Marty Bell, and Kato something or other.
Japanese name.
Yeah, I know. Where'd that?
He lost it.
I know. Well, I'm trying to find it because maybe it's not up in the. Oh, Sonoko Kato.
Oh.
I found all the non-abbreviated names during the first night.
Right.
So she won a 6-way scramble match.
Nice.
Courtney Rush defeated Crazy Mary Dobson. Jessica Havoc defeated Yumi Oka. Kimber Lee defeated Heidi Lovelace. Cheerleader Melissa defeated Makoto. And Tessa Blanchard and Vanessa Craven advanced in the Tag Team #1 Contenders Tournament by defeating the Lucha Sisters.
All right.
Leva Bates and Mia Yim, for those of you who don't know the Lucha Sisters.
Badass team.
Nicole Savoy defeats Evie, and then in the main event, Madison Eagles defeats Nicole Matthews to become the new Shimmer Women's Champion. Once again, the Shimmer Women's Champion.
Very
Because
nice.
Madison Eagles, you've been there before.
Oh, yeah.
Now you're back at the top.
Is this her second
knows?
run, or she had multiple runs?
I don't know. At least her second.
All right.
And that was it for the 10th.
Yeah.
But then you move on to Sunday the 11th. And
Not
in
done.
all places, it's going to be in Berwyn, Illinois for Shimmer Edition 78. How about
Whole
them
lot of Shimmer.
apples? We had Hiroyo Matsumoto. She defeats Thunder Kitty.
Oh.
Interesting note, this match was then announced before this match happened that it was actually going to be on Shimmer 77, the card that was filmed the day before.
Okay.
So maybe they forgot a match or something. But then we had Solo Darling defeat Amanda Rodriguez. LuFisto defeated Veda Scott. Allison Kay defeated Shazza McKenzie. Rhea O'Reilly defeats Leva Bates. Evie and Heidi Lovelace defeat Tessa Blanchard and Vanessa Craven to become the official Shimmer Tag Team Champion #1 contenders.
Nice.
So Team Slap Happy are the #1 contenders. Jessica Havoc defeats Kimber Lee. Courtney Rush defeated Liberty. Nicole Matthews defeats Mia Yim, upset over her title loss, so she had to take it out on somebody.
Yeah.
Kaylee Ray defeated Kellyanne. Cheerleader Melissa and Yumi Oka defeated Makoto and Hiroyu Matsumoto. Kelly Skater defeated Kato. And Madison Eagles defends successfully the Shimmer's Championship against Nicole Savoy.
Wow.
So,
all right.
Already defending the title the next night. But we're not done.
No, because
One more.
let me guess. Is it in Berwyn, Illinois?
It is in Berwyn, Illinois.
Would it happen to be another Shimmer show?
It would be Shimmer 79.
Holy crap.
Where we open up with Leva Bates defeating Thunder Kitty.
Ooh.
We had Vanessa Craven defeat LuFisto, Makoto defeating Marty Bell, Jessica Havoc defeated Sammy Baines, Cheerleader Melissa and Yumi Oka defeated Casey Spinelli and Zandra Bale, Kaylee Ray defeated Liberty, Shazza McKenzie defeats Allison Kay, the Luchas... no, not the Lucha Sisters. Shazza McKenzie defeats Allison Kay, Mia Yim, and Veda Scott in a Four Corners match.
Ah, okay.
That's what happened. Heidi Lovelace defeated Kellyanne. Crazy Mary Dobson defeats Soraya Knight. Kato defeats Nicole Savoy. Hiroyu Matsumoto defeats Rhea O'Reilly. And then in the main event, this one blew my mind when I read what happened.
You told me about this one.
Because Portia Perez announced that she was retiring.
Yes.
And she's coming in to do this last match for Shimmer because Shimmer was a very important portion of her career, becoming Shimmer Tag Team Champions with Nicole Matthews, the Canadian Ninjas, all that good stuff.
A whole lot of history.
So we had the Canadian Ninjas, Portia Perez and Nicole Matthews, teaming up with Kimber Lee and the returning Lacey in an 8-women tag team match.
Alright.
You know, first time Lacey's seen in-ring action, and I can't even remember how long. It's been probably better than 10 years. Well, no, not as better than 10 years, because she was on like the first 5 episodes of, or a dozen or so editions of Shimmer before she stepped down.
Yeah. And then she became
Probably.
the love interest between
BJ Whitmer and Jimmy Jacobs.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, better 8 and 9 years.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Stepping out of retirement to team up with Portia Perez, who's going into retirement.
Yeah.
They end up going against the team of Kelly Skater, Lexi Fife, Madison Eagles, the current Shimmer champion, and the returning Daisy Hayes, who hasn't seen in-ring action since, I want to say, 2012.
When she died in Chikara.
Yeah, 2011.
Yeah.
During the 12 Large Summit. Last time she was seen was Sarah Del Rey versus Claudio Castagnoli.
Yeah.
Post-match,
Is
Claudio
she still stick-thin?
her. No idea. I didn't see. No picture showed up from that part so far.
Alright.
We'll look into it after we're done recording here.
Yeah.
I did see a picture of Portia giving her retirement speech though,
Oh,
and
okay.
everybody was all sad and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, it's Portia Perez. She's feisty. She's tiny. She's adorable. We hate to see her go because she's a great in-ring talent.
She is really good.
Sad she didn't get signed to like NXT where she could be feuding with
Well,
Sasha
hey.
Banks and
You know what?
Alexa Bliss.
You know what? Becky Lynch was retired too.
Yeah, pretty much.
Things happen.
Get on that. You need some Canadian diva-ship.
Yeah.
You got enough Australians.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Come on. Give the love to some other white country.
All right.
On that note, the
On that note.
oh, test reference.
Yeah.
All right.
Rest in peace, Test.
That's it for results.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some news.
Yeah.
There's some news going down. A lot of things happening. Let's kick it off with some of the people I was just talking about during the Shimmer tapings. How about Eva? Not Eva. Evie. Eva's another person who's in NXT. But Evie, Shazza McKenzie, and Kaylee Ray all worked at the Thursday's NXT tapings.
Nice.
And then we also know that over the weekend, Athena.
Yeah, Saturday night's NXT live show.
Yeah, Athena debuted. I believe it was in a tag team match. And
I think so, yeah.
Also at the NXT tapings, we had the Tennessee Cowboy, James Storm.
Hell yeah.
Go into a little more detail about James Storm.
So, James Storm.
Part of NXT.
James Storm showed up, had his debut NXT match. We'll be seeing that in the coming
won against
weeks.
Martin Stone.
Yes, winning against Martin
Luke
Stone.
Gallows Jr.
The crowd lost their minds. The internet exploded. I got super excited. I think this is awesome.
Even JR talked about the fact that if WWE were to sign James Storm to a full-time contract, it would be a huge gain, not just NXT, but WWE in general.
And he said that with this in play right now, they need to try and sign Bobby Roode as well. If you can get beer money into WWE,
God,
it's going to do wonders for an already awesome tag division right now. So let's do that. James Storm actually sent out a tweet after his NXT debut.
You know who they could team him up with?
Who?
Braden Walker.
Who?
That one guy from that one time.
No. Oh, we talked to Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good thing. James Storm sent out a tweet after his NXT debut saying, "Notice has been sent. People who step up will get knocked down. Dentist's office are about to get busy."
Sounds like he's about to kick some people's teeth in.
He's gonna kick some ass. But TMZ reports that he hasn't exactly signed a deal with WWE or NXT yet. Apparently, he was backstage at NXT TakeOver last week, which, when the news broke about that, TNA offered him a brand new deal, offering him way more money, trying to get him back. But WWE has also offered a contract very similar to the way Samoa Joe was brought in. It would allow him to finish up any indie bookings he has before working for the company full time.
Yeah, I think that's a great steal for Storm.
Oh yeah,
especially if he has indie bookings.
I'm sure he does.
He hasn't really been popping up on my radar a lot, but the fact that
there's a lot of stuff that we don't cover, and there's a lot of stuff that has a lot of bigger names just show up because they do one-off shows.
Yeah. So if Storm does have a ton of indie bookings, because when Joe first signed, he had like 2 months worth of indie bookings.
Yeah.
Where he was doing in conjunction with the NXT tapings.
Yeah.
So Joe's name was all over the place, including Ring of Honor.
And this may just be my personal bias, but we're hearing a lot of negative news about TNA, and I think it would probably be in Storm's favor if he signed with NXT, knowing that he'd be used and he'd be in something that is overly popular,
thriving,
super exciting, and is always talked about in the world of wrestling. Not necessarily just with the fact that it's WWE, but NXT is its own thing, and it is blowing up.
Yeah, and the other thing about TNA not being a thing that's thriving currently, having its own issues, is I feel like TNA needs to take a step back and realize, hey, if we're having so many issues right now, we shouldn't be offering somebody a bucket load of money to come in because we're already having people leave, we're already having to cancel shows, we're already having all these issues.
Yeah.
Why? I understand because he was a TNA guy for like a decade.
Oh yeah, he helped build TNA.
He was one of the originals. He was one of the last originals left in TNA until a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
Eric Young.
Yeah,
is like the
Eric Young is like the only one left there.
Of the TNA originals.
Yeah.
James Storm being like the last one to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Getting out while the getting's good. Come on, guys. And come on, Storm. Sign.
Yeah.
Sign. Make that contract legit.
And let's kind of swerve from NXT. Someone who didn't necessarily do a lot in NXT, but was a big part of it. CJ Parker just recently announced that he has signed a deal with New Japan Pro Wrestling. So we could actually maybe see CJ Parker show up on some Ring of Honor shows.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that could be interesting.
I know, and I like all this stuff because he's showing up at another show sometime next month, I think, that I was talking about. He showed up at Beyond Wrestling show not that long ago.
Which is interesting because we just maybe a month ago, he said he was going to retire, but I think it was, that was his option until, you don't really turn down a contract from New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, not if you can help it.
New Japan is doing great things right now, so why not jump on the boat, because that's going to do amazing things for his career.
Absolutely.
And it could work wonders for not only him, but open the doors for a lot of people that are getting released from NXT, thinking, oh man, where do I go now?
Yeah. Let's just transition. Speaking of being released from NXT, we found out that Cal Bishop, who's made a few appearances on NXT television, as well as backstage interviewer Devin Taylor, our pretty little Devin, has been released. WWE, NXT,
Kevin Hawk's gonna rip you a new one.
Triple H.
What you doing, Triple H?
Hunter.
First name basis now? His name's Paul.
Kayfabe. Hunter. It's Kevin here. We've been buddies for a while. I cheered for you that one time in Seattle.
Hey, we cheered for him when we were at the NXT show too.
Oh, hell yeah. He even took a picture of me with his phone when we was there. Panoramic view.
Oh, man.
Get Devin back.
Yeah.
Now.
We saw her wrestle once when we were at Access.
Yeah, she went against Alexa Bliss.
They made
no
noise.
Zero sound.
Yeah, we were waiting in line for autographs from, that was Nikolai Volkov and Paul Orndorff. The ring wasn't that far away, but they don't make noise because they're really little.
Yeah.
So.
But still.
She
wasn't bad.
No, she wasn't bad, and she was, I initially didn't like her as a backstage interviewer. She annoyed me, but I think, she kind of got comfortable with it, and she made it her own, and I thought she was doing great things. I think the only thing that was really fucked up is that she kept having to get patted on the head by Whorehouse Barbie.
I was really looking forward to that becoming a match.
Devin Taylor coming in and
whooping Dana Brooks' ass. I felt like that would have been a great thing, and a great thing for Dana Brooks' character too. Is what if Dana Brooke just kept being the person who would repeatedly get her ass kicked by all these new people coming in?
That's a good place for her to be, honestly.
I'm
not upset.
I thought that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
So come on, guys, get Devin back.
Yeah.
What's the deal? What's the deal? Get rid of that Kyle Edwards guy.
Yeah.
He looks like a fucking tool anyways. Alright, speaking of fucking tools, there was a guy in Scotland under the name David Lowe who is the promoter for Scottish Wrestling Entertainment, who recently had former WWE superstar Chyna appear at his show, appeared live on the show, as well as a pre-show autograph session, for which Chyna's agent reports they never got paid for the appearance on the show.
What's up with that?
But David Lowe's defense says that they had worked out ahead of time that the payment for the show would be the money she made from the autograph session.
Oh, so
Chyna and her agent are saying that that's not the case. She was supposed to be paid for the show individually and have the take home from the autograph session, but apparently she did kill it at the autograph table.
That's why you put this shit in writing.
Absolutely. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
I was going to try putting the shit in writing as a segue, but I can't figure that one out. Because I'm just going to talk about what happened on Friday.
Okay.
ICP doing a live performance, and they had a special guest for a small moment on stage per one song, Stupid Fly. R-Truth, WWE superstar R-Truth, aka Ron Killings, joined ICP on stage for a performance.
He didn't have to job to Bray Wyatt this week, so
No.
he decided to get on stage with ACP.
The rap version of the Wyatt family. You got anything else?
I do. Awesome news. November 14th will be the first tapings of Lucha Underground Season 2. They're coming back in January. They will be back in Boyle Heights. Nothing's going to be changing. They're in the same location, same place, same building. All the stuff is
so all
happening.
that moving out stuff's going to look funny.
No, what it was is, the fact that they had Dario Cueto leave. I don't think we'll see Dario Cueto show up at the temple for a while. I think we're going to see him on the run for a while. We might see someone else be in charge, possibly.
Conan.
Really?
Sure.
Alright.
Spoiler.
Or, maybe we'll get like a Alberto El Patron, like...
Nick Jackson.
That'd be fucking awesome. No, maybe like...
Just the Young Bucks.
Maybe Alberto El Patron, tossing his money around. Maybe he bought Lucha Underground. He's going to run it for a little while or something.
I think the Young Bucks should just come and not wrestle, but just be the general managers.
And if you don't like it, suck it.
Or like Nick will be the general manager and Matt will be the replacement Vampiro. On commentary.
I just imagine him in like that Pope get-up.
Matt, what?
hanging out with Pentagon Jr.
Matt Stryker and Matt Jackson, Team M&M.
Oh, God. But yeah, Lucha Underground, it's coming back. They're recording in just about a month.
Rad.
So, hell yeah.
And that means they'll be on TV into 2016.
Yeah. Yeah, coming back officially in January.
Speaking of comebacks...
Don't call it a comeback.
There's going to be a one-night, four-team tournament at Ohio Valley Wrestling's Brews and Bruises. That's brews as in beer. And then
bruises. Okay.
Not
I was like,
brews singular and bruises plural.
That's not very clever.
Brews and Bruises. We're going to have a one-night reuniting of Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas, the world's greatest tag team. This is going to be the first time they've reunited since 2013 when Charlie Haas retired.
Yeah. And Shelton Benjamin's doing all kinds of stuff right now. He's in Japan, he's in GFW, he's all over the indie circuit. So.
And then, last but not least, on my side of the notebook, I got this theory.
Oh, yes, the theory.
The theory part of the news. Not all the news is factual, especially with wrestling. You guys know that dirt sheets exist.
Kayfabe, bro.
Yeah. That Evolve, I'm feeling, might be the new breeding ground for WWE superstars. This is a thing, they had Ohio Valley Wrestling, Deep South Wrestling, Florida Championship Wrestling, NXT.
FCW became NXT.
Yeah. The whole idea that NXT was the developmental territory.
Ain't developmental no more.
No, it's its own thing. And that's the thing is, yes, they have the Performance Center, which is where they train wrestlers.
Oh, yeah.
But, there's also the thing, the need where wrestlers need to have that live audience interaction.
Right.
And stuff. And so I know, the last set of Evolves, not the one that I'm going to be talking about later, but the last set, Jimmy Jacobs was in attendance.
Mm-hmm.
And we know guys who have wrestled through Evolve, Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, Biff Busick, Rich Swann, have all signed contracts with WWE, be it for sporadic appearances or, developmental contracts.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy who's going to be making his first appearance later this month in Evolve Wrestling, Matt Riddle, former MMA wrestler, said that he actually got in contact with Evolve Wrestling through his WWE tryout, where they tried him out. They said his tryout went really well, but they actually sent him to Evolve to pick up more in-ring experience.
See, that's the point that sells it for me. It could totally be a coincidence that we have, those four names, Ciampa, Gargano, Busick, and Swann are all, yeah, sure, they're all in Evolve, but so was former WWE superstar Drew McIntyre, Drew Galloway. He was in Evolve. So, maybe it was just, hey, there's some really good guys here, let's grab them. But that right there, with Matt Riddle actually being sent to Evolve by whomever it was, maybe it was Triple H, maybe it was William Regal, whomever it was, saying, hey, go here and hone your skills, that is what sells it, that there's a good chance that this is a thing.
Yeah. And if that's the case, I'm super excited. But that also goes as another guy who recently had a tryout, not signed yet, Drew Gulak.
That's right.
Another Evolve guy had a tryout.
That's right.
That being said, there are so many great guys who wrestle through Evolve.
Did Athena ever wrestle for Evolve?
I don't know. They don't do a lot of... their female matches are usually the Shine
Oh,
promotion, which she was former Shine champion, I believe. Yeah.
We're connecting dots.
A lot of great guys wrestle in Evolve, though. Thinking like Timothy Thatcher and Zack Sabre Jr. from England.
Dude.
WWE, if NXT were to score Zack Sabre Jr.
Can you imagine Zack Sabre Jr. versus Cesaro?
I could. And it's fantastic. A lot of guys, TJ Perkins, Caleb Conley, RPG Vice are going to be there. Is that what I think?
Trent Beretta used to be
Beretta, get Beretta back. Chris Hero regularly wrestles there.
Let's get Cassius Ohno back.
Come on. Please put the Kings of Wrestling back together.
Oh, man. They would run the tag team division. Get them in beer money. Holy shit.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, Willie Mack.
Yeah. Willie Mack actually had a tryout not too long ago. We're connecting dots. Evolve is breeding talent for WWE.
Absolutely.
This is awesome. There's all kinds of experiments going on down there. You got test tube babies.
Yeah. And the other thing that puts it in consideration for me, Johnny Gargano making his appearances for NXT in the tag team tournament and a singles appearance against somebody who wasn't Tyler Breeze.
He went against Apollo Crews.
Apollo Crews.
A.K.A. Wuhan Nation.
The guy who went against Tyler Breeze.
Yeah.
And now, going into this next set of Evolve, spoiler alert, I'm going to talk about this in a few minutes, that he's going to be facing Ethan Page in a I Quit match where the loser leaves Evolve.
And it's a good chance that Johnny Gargano's going to lose and he's going to show up on NXT Live.
Come on, guys.
Let's talk about these upcoming shows.
What about this? Just real quick, put up people's faces.
Yeah, okay. No new names for Figures Toy Company yet, but we've got, here's a grayscale sculpt of AJ Styles. Not the clean-cut Styles that I'm sure everyone's got action. We've got one hanging out around here somewhere. He's not clean-cut anymore. He's got that...
We got the emo kid haircut with the 5 o'clock shadow AJ Styles.
And he's got that angry face going on. But then we also have this picture right here. I'll actually put up the side-by-side so you can see Nick and Matt Jackson. Nick sticking his tongue out. Or Matt... Nick sticking his tongue out and Matt just looking goofy as hell. Matt's looks a little funky.
It's a little.
Nick's is okay. Nick's looks good.
They gave Matt like a big jaw.
Yeah.
And some chubby cheeks.
Yeah. I mean, no new names have been announced, but we've got these sculpts coming out pretty rapidly now. Now with the AJ Styles one, I'm sure we'll probably see a colored blue meanie coming up pretty soon, since that one's been a sculpt for quite a while now. I'm checking Figures Toy Company on Twitter at Figures Toy Co. If you want to be up to date on what other thing, if you have any other type of interests like TV shows, superheroes, all kinds of stuff, you can find it all on there. You can link to their website is probably on their Twitter as well. We got some action figures coming along, and once they're available, you'll see them up here because we gonna buy them.
Yeah.
But that's it for the indie news. We're going to talk about
Thanks for hanging with us this long, guys.
Yeah.
If you have been.
Yeah. This is the upcoming shows, a taste of things to come.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just going to keep
rattle them off.
Keep doing what I did last week, and I'm just going to go through what's going on for the rest of the month of October.
October.
I
totally didn't say that right. That's okay.
Friday the 16th. We've got AIW presenting Big Trouble in Little Cleveland. We know Terry Funk will be appearing at said show. What matches we have announced for that so far? First match we have announced was an amazing bombshell dropped on us because we know that Johnny Gargano is going to be taking on the Amazing Red.
That'll be great.
Candice LeRae is going to go against Cedric Alexander. The FBI, Tracy Smothers and Little Guido, they're going to be taking on Hot Sauce Entertainment. There's going to be a four-way dance. That's going to be Alex Daniels, Tyler Thomas, Ethan Page, and ACH. The Team 2 Infinity, Cheech and Colin Delaney, they're going to be defending the AIW Tag Team Championships against Dudes on TV, DJ Z and Matt Cross.
Ooh, that's a cool team.
Gregory Iron will be defending the Intense Championship in a six-way scramble against Eric Ryan, Brian Carson, Davey Vega, Joshua Singh, and Flip Kendrick.
Good luck with that one.
We're going to have Eddie Kingston versus Josh Prohibition. And Tim Donst versus Lewis Linden is going to happen.
Interesting.
So not all the matches have been rounded out yet because we know that Ricky Shane Page, the Absolute Champion, hasn't been booked in a match. And another guy who's on the promotional advertisement, being one Raymond Rowe,
Yeah.
has yet to be put in a match. So I'm thinking maybe we're going to see Rowe go for the Absolute Championship.
Ooh, that could be a good match.
I think it has potential. The next night on the 17th, though, Saturday the 17th, from Laval, Quebec, Canada, we're going to have CZW versus IWS, Freedom to Fight. We want to fight, and we want to be free about it. Sozio versus Rory Gulak is scheduled for the show. We also have Joe Gacy versus Excess. DJ Hyde versus Shane Hawk. Team Tremendous versus Tabernacle Team for the CZW Tag Team Championships. And Matt Tremont defends the CZW Championship against Crazy Effin' Manny. And then the main event, 8-man tag match, all 4 members of the Nation of Intoxication, Devin Moore, Danny Havoc, Connor Claxton, and Lucky 13. They're going to take on the Hardcore Ninjas, the Green Phantom, and Vampiro.
Alright.
But, you know, the CZW stuff isn't everybody's cup of tea. Not this guy's cup of tea. Sometimes I force him to watch it anyways.
It's not bad all the time.
It's good in moderation.
Yes.
Which is why I'm glad they only do like 1 or 2 shows a month now.
Because most of these people will be dead.
We're going to have Evolve 49. We gave that, was talking about these guys earlier, a few minutes ago. This is going to come from Queens, New York. Now think about it, I'm going to list off a bunch of these guys now. Think about the potential of having any of these guys mayhaps in the WWE NXT area. Because we're going to open up with Matt Riddle making his Evolve debut against Jonathan Gresham.
I'm already excited.
Yep. We're going to have Hot Sauce Tracy Williams against Willie Mack. We're going to have a 4-way dance between Tony Nese, Andrew Everett, Matt Cage, and Peter Casa. We're going to have a number 1 contenders match for the Evolve Championship between Drew Gulak and Trevor Lee.
Trevor Lee. Holy
A tag team match between Timothy Thatcher and TJ Perkins going against RPG Vice. And in the main event, the I Quit match between Johnny Gargano and Ethan Page.
Ooh.
A lot of great talent.
Yeah.
The next night, although on Sunday the 18th, we're going to have Evolve 50 from Deer Park on Long Island, New York, where Matt Riddle will be taking on Chris Dickinson.
God.
TJ Perkins will be taking on Tracy Williams. We're going to have Willie Mack face the loser between Drew Gulak and Trevor Lee from the first night.
Alright.
RPG Vice are going to be taking on the Premier Athlete brand of Tony Nese and Caleb Conley.
Nice.
And then Timothy Thatcher will be defending the Evolve Championship versus the winner between Drew Gulak and Trevor Lee from the previous night.
Yeah.
And then we're going to move on to the Midwest stretch of the Chikara Tour. Chikara, again and again and again and again. There you go. Starting off on Thursday the 22nd from Minneapolis, Minnesota, we're going to have Making a Stand. We're going to have the Nightmare Warriors versus the Gentlemen's Club. Not confirmed if this is COTI, but it is going to be a tag team match.
All right.
We're going to have Eric Cannon, the Anarchist, versus Oleg the Usurper.
Ooh.
We're going to have a trios match pitting Eddie Kingston, Shinron, and Ophidian of the Snake Pit
All my favorites right there.
versus the United Nations.
Also whoop their ass.
Also not confirmed COTI. Chikara, the last 2 shows marked which matches are going to be COTI, and then on the next 3 shows marked which ones are going to be COTI, but haven't posted COTI on any of these matches yet. So not sure if any of these are going to be COTI.
We'll keep you up to date.
But then also, we're going to have Cody Rice from First Wrestling defending the First Wrestling Championship against Wildcat Venom and Araya Davari
Whoa.
in a 4-way match. So the First Wrestling Championship will be defended on the Chikara show.
That's cool. Cross promotion.
Absolutely, which Chikara loves. The whole UK tour there was promoting
Yeah, absolutely.
Fight Club Pro and whatnot. We're doing shows on the Chikara shows. On Friday the 23rd, from Chicago, Illinois, the name of the venue lost me. The Logan Square Auditorium.
There it is.
That place loves Chikara. They're gonna present Not Without My Daughter. The
Weird
one
poster.
with the weird Batiric poster on.
Weird poster.
And speaking of weird poster, we're gonna have a weird 6-person tag team match on that show because we're gonna have Heidi Lovelace, the Young Lions Cup champion, teaming with NRG, the current Campeones de Parejas, the Golden Trio now, if you will, and they're gonna take on Blaster McMassive, the Proletariat Boar of Moldova, and Missile Assault Man. So someone from the Devastation Corporation, someone from the United Nations, and somebody from Battleborn, all teaming up to take on the Golden Trio. That's a weird one, like I said.
Right.
We are going to have COTI singles action. Dasher's Dugout versus the Snake Pit. As we finally get the rematch between Icarus and Eddie Kingston.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Eddie Kingston, over the weekend's Chikara shows,
Yeah, you're right.
Eddie Kingston made a point, not the last weekend's Chikara shows, but the last set of Chikara shows before this. Eddie Kingston made it a point to point at Icarus
Ooh.
and say, well, things are not done between us because we had Icarus and I think Icarus and Mr. Touchdown versus Argus and Eddie Kingston a couple weeks ago. And Kingston's like, hey, things aren't done between us.
Kingston's always going to be gunning for Icarus because Icarus took the title off of him.
Yeah, and then not announce which members of which teams are going to be represented, but we know there's going to be a COTI tag team match pitting Gentlemen's Club versus the BDK.
Ooh.
This is going to be the second time they've crossed paths COTI because we did
So this will be the last time.
Yeah, this will be a couple weeks back. We had Chuck Taylor versus Jakob Ammeyer one-on-one. And then on the 24th, we got Off the Hook. That's Jeffersonville, Indiana. If you're going to be out there, check it out because we're going to have COTI action one-on-one pitting Gentlemen's Club versus the Wrecking Crew because we're going to have Chuck Taylor taking on Blaster McMassive.
That's going to be his last match, right?
It's possible. We also know that we're going to have the Snake Pit, not sure who's representing in the Snake Pit, against 2 other members of the Gentlemen's Club in tag team action for COTI.
Alright.
And in non-COTI action, because neither of these teams are involved in COTI at all, we're going to have Lucas Calhoun and Missile Assault Man of Battleborn taking on Midwest favorites Eric Cannon and Darren Corbin.
AC/DC.
And then on the 25th, they're going to round out this Midwest tour with Exit Strategy in Columbus, Ohio, where we're going to see a COTI one-on-one match pitting Jakob Hammermeyer of the BDK versus Kimberly of the Crown and Court, as well as Icarus versus the Proletariat Boar of Moldova, non-COTI, and COTI action pitting the Battle Hive versus the Arcane Horde, as we're going to see Oleg the Usurper take on Smooth Sailing Ashley Remington. Fucked up, bitch. But that same day, at the end of the Chikara tour, we're gonna get Beyond Wrestling's next show from Fet Music in Providence, Rhode Island. It's gonna be the Gratitude Era.
Yeah. Oh. There's a match. There's a match on this show. There's one that I'm really excited about.
Oh, I was gonna say there's like 7 matches on
Well,
this show. At
there's
least.
one that I know about that I'm really excited for.
Well, I'm gonna kick it off with that match because I'm fairly certain I know exactly which one it is.
You know what it is.
And it's gonna be the Spirit Dragon Shinron taking on the Amazing Red.
He does something like this, right?
Yeah, something.
That's gonna be fucking
We're also
awesome.
going to have Matt Palmer versus David Starr, Team Tremendous versus the Crusade for Change, Jonathan Gresham versus Donovan Dijak,
Ooh.
AR Fox versus Tracy Williams, The Hit Squad versus The Kingdom, Chris Dickinson versus JT Dunn.
All right.
A lot of good stuff there. And then also on the 25th, another cool show I've been touting for a long time, the Maven Bentley Association in conjunction with CZW are going to be presenting The Memory Remains.
I was thinking about Metallica on it.
Yep. We're going to have Brittany Blake versus Penelope Ford as the WSU Showcase. We're going to have Kefka the Quiet versus Latin Dragon. Little showcase of the guys who are over at the CZW Dojo Wars all the time.
Yep.
Alexander James versus Chainsaw Joe Gacy. And Sozio and Kurt Robinson versus Dub Boys. As well as we know Grant Akuma and CZW Champion Matt Tremont, if he's still CZW Champion at the time, are also scheduled to appear, but haven't been put in matches yet.
Very nice.
You've got some ROH stuff to talk about.
I got
and a Global Farce.
Global Farce.
Global Farce Wrestling.
I got Global Farce first. Global Force Wrestling on October 23rd.
That's how you say it.
Yes. Yeah, Global Force Wrestling,
That
October
was
23rd,
foreign.
will be at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. They will be doing
Orleans
the semifinals and potentially the finals for their championship matches.
Talk about them tag teams.
We got the semifinals. We got Reno Scum taking on the Bollywood Boys.
Reno Scum.
And then we got the Bullet Club's Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson taking on
Tees and Sleeves.
We have the next gen.
Can I say Tees and Sleeves versus Reno Scum for the finals, please?
that you want it?
Pretty please.
He wants it.
Can like
I
Johnny Cockstrong be the special guest referee?
I'm guessing it's gonna be Reno Scum and the Bullet Club.
Alright, fine.
Then we have the next gen semifinals. We have Kushida taking on Jigsaw, and then we have T.J. Perkins taking on Virgil Flynn.
I'm gonna pick Jigsaw. I don't
Jigsaw?
think he's gonna win, but I want him to win because Jigsaw.
The women's championship has been announced. We have the Bullet Babe, Amber O'Neil, Amber Gallows, whatever you want to call her, taking on Christina Von Eerie.
I don't know who to pick in that one.
And then we have one more semifinals match for the Global Force Wrestling Championship. Shelton Benjamin takes on Eric Young. The winner of that takes on Nick Aldis, formerly known as Magnus.
FKA the Magnus Man. I
I
want Shelton Benjamin to take that one.
You keep saying that.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep saying it until it happens. If it doesn't happen, I'm gonna slap Jeff Jarrett with my dick.
Also on the 23rd, we have Night 1 of Glory by Honor in Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Kalamazoo!
We have 3 matches
How
announced
about
for
you?
this now. We have AJ Styles taking on Donovan Dijak. We have an All-Star Extravaganza rematch between the Briscoes and the All Night Express. And we have a tag team title match. The Kingdom gives the rematch to the Addiction.
It's bad. I really want AJ Styles and Donovan Dijak to be a team together.
God, what? Why?
Because we could call them the Phenomenal Banana Hands.
Night 2 of Glory by Honor will be on the 24th in Dayton, Ohio. We only have 1 match set. It'll be Champions versus All-Stars. So currently the Champions lineup is Jay Lethal, and the Kingdom.
Yeah. Jay Lethal, Mike Bennett, Matt Taven, and Jay Lethal.
Yes. And then in November, we have the 13th and 14th, nights 1 and 2 of Survival of the Fittest. In 13th will be in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and the 14th will be in Hopkins, Minnesota.
Milwaukee.
And
Where
that
you
is
walk
it.
1,000,000 miles. Dayton, Ohio is where they have a ton of dates.
That is it for
I got
upcoming
nothing for
shows.
Kalamazoo.
That is it for indie news. We have talked your ears off, your eyes off if you're watching this.
Yeah, if you're putting that funny YouTube captioning on.
God. Do some screen caps of that. Let us.
Can we fucking do what Rhett and Link did?
No.
And just like record a snippet and
No.
that needs to happen.
No. Maybe sometime. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe. Down in the description, there are links to a lot of the guys we just got done talking about.
Like all of them.
Most of them.
Just about.
All of them, maybe?
Dude, Global Force down here?
No, I didn't
Not
know.
all of them,
No.
but a majority of them. Like
There might be Global-
ROHWrestling.com,
Like ChikaraPro.com,
LukeMonoFans.com,
CZWrestling.com.
Did somebody find out the window.com?
Eh?
Smells funky.
And below that, you can find all of our links to our Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Reddit, and emails.
We got 2 of them emails, 3 of them Twitters.
And one of everything else. Fanstalkwrestling@gmail.com, where you can ask all of us questions, have some conversations if you wish, and then you can talk to this mofo at Kevin_Hawk636 at hotmail.com.
I'm a mofo.
And another way that you can talk to us, because this is Indie News, we want you to send us links, send us anything you can, YouTube clips, Facebook pages, websites, anything. Post down in the comments. Who do you want us to talk about in Indie News? Do you have
Post
a
in
favorite?
the comments, post it on our Facebook page, tweet it to us, email it to us. We want to know your guys' input. We want to know who you want us to talk about. Who do you, the people that we're trying to talk to, want us to talk about?
And you can also post in the comments, what do you think about all these upcoming shows? What do you think about Kevin Hawk's theory that Evolve is the new breeding ground for WWE? Do you agree? Do you not agree? Do you have other reasons why it could be a possible thing? And what do you think about all the shows we talked about, all the results, all that stuff?
Who's excited that Lacey and Daisy Hayes came back?
That's pretty cool. I don't know too much about Lacey, but I mean, Daisy Hayes was one of the first indie women wrestlers that I knew about. Her and Sarah Del Rey. So, hey, it's cool. They're back. But we're out. This is the end of episode 69. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking. Thanks for reblogging all these videos. We're coming back next week. Well, he won't be here.
Yeah.
He's taking a vacay.
I'm taking a vacation. So you guys won't be seeing me, at least Raw review, midweek wrap-up, SmackDown rundown. I might make an appearance in time for the Indie News next week.
At the earliest, he will be back next week. Otherwise, you're going to have to deal with me. And
Which
possibly
they
Thomas
do
Wolf.
most of the time anyway.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
I'll miss you.